Hello and welcome to Once Upon Two Languages. Today we invite you to dive into a magical underwater world and listen to a new story about Susie the Little Mermaid. On a hot underwater day, Susie has a wonderful idea to make a very special dessert. Ice cream made of foam and sea flowers. Get comfortable, relax, and enjoy this warm and gentle story in English. Let the story begin. Susie, the Little Mermaid, and the ice cream of foam and sea flowers. One hot underwater day, Susie, the Little Mermaid, was standing in the middle of the Bubbles Café, looking at the sea so thoughtfully that even the bubbles around her seemed to stop. "Bob," she said to the octopus, "we need something cold, very cold." "Bloop?" asked Bob, wrapping one tentacle around a cup. "Ice cream," Susie said seriously, "but special ice cream." She spread sea flowers on the table. Blue ones like a morning wave, pink ones like coral in the sun, purple ones like the deep sea. "This will give us flavor," Susie explained, "and the foam will give us softness." Susie carefully collected sea foam near the waves and brought it into the cafe. "Just don't whisk it too much," she warned. "I have 8 tentacles. I'm very careful," Bob said proudly. And he started whisking. One tentacle mixed, the second held the bowl, the third waved, the fourth fell into the flowers. "Bob," Susie said nervously. The foam suddenly rose, then rose again, and again. "It's growing," Susie whispered. "Is that good?" Bob asked. "I'm not sure." The foam spilled out of the bowl, rolled across the tables, crawled under the chairs, and floated around the cafe. A crab was covered in foam up to his shell. "I ordered without this," he complained. The turtle was sitting like inside a cloud. "Very soft," she said calmly. A shark looked inside and asked, "Is this the new interior?" The guests were shocked. "Susie," the little fish cried, "we are drowning in ice cream." "Stay calm," said Susie, balancing on a chair. "Just don't move too fast." Bob tried to catch the foam with his tentacles, but it only grew more. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I think I whisked too carefully." Then Susie scooped some foam into a shell. "Try it." A little fish licked it. "Oh, tasty!" The dolphin tried. "So soft." The crab licked his claw. "Good, but I will not admit it." Even the shark said, "Can I have more?" Slowly, the foam settled down and turned into small balls of ice cream with a light scent of sea flowers. The cafe was a little wet, a little sticky, and looked like a marshmallow. "Let's write down the recipe," Susie said, "and add, whisk carefully, especially if you have 8 tentacles." Bob nodded with all his tentacles at once, and so ice cream made of foam and sea flowers became the most loved dessert in the entire sea. And that is the end of our story. In the underwater cafe, everything is calm again, and Susie learns something important. Sometimes the best ideas come from mistakes, and a little kindness can turn a mess into magic. Thank you for listening with us. We hope you enjoyed this story. The story was written by Anastasiia Protsenko. See you next time on Once Upon Two Languages. Goodbye and sweet dreams.